Hello, myself Mayuri Pandya, and this is our semester third presentation, paper number Indian 201 Indian English Literature Pre-Independence, and I am deal with the role of parents in education with the crime and punishment. Introduction of author Rashipuram Krishna Swami Narayan was an Indian author, and he wrote many short stories. This is the summary of short story Crime and Punishment. This is the humorous story. One teacher and his pupil, he was blackmailing his teacher for beaten him, and his parents treated him like an angel of his family. And I am showing that how overparenting effect on that child's career, and how parents become parents play a vital role in education in their child. The importance of parents of education is obvious from the direct links between people's family background and their probability of success and thought out the education. Genetic factors, wealth, and family network are important for the children's education outcomes. Family background is a very much important for the career of the child, and parents role in education, it is play a vital role for becoming a great citizen of a future generation, build confidence in the child, and how your child performance in their schools, and how he became a good citizen in the future generation. The development of child is in fact an overall child's personality formation. The parents as educator must be able to recognize the basic feature of their child interest, temperament, and especially the child's emotional feature, and regarding the child's character. The child's personality formation has resulted to be constructed mostly based upon the child's socialization in the general. The socialization process as such for the sure nowadays represent the most important one of the all other process involved in the formation as a child. In socialization plays the vital role of child's development. If they are socially interact with others, then they have a no problem, not a, no problem for making friends and involving in other activities which is produced by schools, and also involved in a family functions. And in our Indian society, a child have a less problem of that, because we have so many festivals, so many other activities, social functions, festivals, they are closely involved on that. So they become easily make a friends, and they involve in a family. Parents involvement and parents behavior related to the children's schooling, that can be observed as a manifestations of their communicates to their child's education affair. Extend a literature relating to the educational outcome has shown that outcome of educations, especially at the basic level, hints at that pair of parents' involvement as it does for the factors including school tuitions, school climate. This is largely because confidence and motivation of their children towards education at the basic level of education is heavily linked with the level of the parental involvement in the child's education. If their parents involved in their school activities, parents meeting, and other activities which is involved, which is by a school, and they are encouraging their child, so they can more and more participate. And in Crime and Punishment short story, we can say that if their parents build a good relation with their teacher, so then the child was never fear for the teacher, even the parents, or never blackmailing that I'm telling my parents that you are beaten me. And he was not purposely tell the wrong answer, because their parents involvement in their grown up in their childhood activities. So he was never tell that their teacher to tell the stories playing a game with me if their parents have a time for him. A kid's education starts from home. Parents are their first teacher and they have a key role in shaping up their character. A balance of education at home and school molds a student's actual learning. Be a helping hand in their educational journey and travel with them with the true inspiration. Parental encouragement had played a crucial role in a successful students. Their role is not limited to home, but involved in a school activities too. There are a 20 ways parents play a role in the education of their children. First, be a role model. Kids would be easily inspired by what their parents do. If you are the role model of your child, they become more and more encouraging in various activities. Read together. If you are reading with your child, you telling them stories, you sharing the experience of literary text which you read, overseas child's activity. It is important to have an eye on your child's activity in a school and home. Their general habits are closely linked how they performed in their studies, so give a timely advice to correct any abnormal behavior right from the childhood days and inspire them to be a good citizen, because nowadays child is a future generation. No overscheduling. It is not a good idea to overschedule them with the learning activities at home. A 5 to 6 or at school, then tuition, then if they are come to home and you again that start that finish first your homework, this is the over parenting or over en- engaging your child with the studies. Provide a pleasant atmosphere. Parents should make sure that their kids provide with the peaceful and pleasant atmosphere at home, so they can easily interact and easily get benefits. Give constructive criticism. If you notice that your child is not performing well or giving a less important to studies, correct them at the beginning itself, not by shouting on them, not by a beaten, but you can tell with the soft word. Now in a generally we can see if their performance is a less in a studies, their their father, most of the father was beaten them. You can focus on your study. Help with home assignment, help with home giving a good support to kids in their studies would really lift their spirit for learning. Prepare them for a test. When it is their exam time, don't leave them alone with their lesson. Help them to prepare for the test with a support. Reward them for the result. Giving a good motivation is important for a kid to perform better in the studies. Mostly, there are less numbers you got in your result. Parents are highly, where most of memes we see that, and most of parents like our neighbor Sharmaji's child was got 99% and you just got 80, 85. This is not a good sign for a parenting. If they have a less mark, then you motivate them for a, best results. Go for the educational trips. For that security system, our parents and I say that in a primary school's child, their parents are overprotecting them for not going to educational tours. It is good idea to go for a educational trips during the holidays. Include a destination that have some relevance with what they are studying to help them have a better understanding of lessons. Like you can visit the zoo, museum, and other things, which is help and as well as enjoy by them. Now another I was saying that maintain parental teacher relationship, which is see in that short story. If there you must attend the parent teacher meeting, and build a good relationship with a teacher, so you can find that your child was how your child was performing in the study. Set aside a time for kids. You can working parents have less time for their kids, so you can make a schedule for your kids, monitor their learning. If you are monitor their learning, and you can support them, like you can play with them the cards which is related with their studies and other things. Periodize a child's learning. Don't them tell them that you can't leave for the silly reasons in your schools. You have to uh, you have to attend class. This is a better for your studying and for your exam. Share your personal experience. If you are share your personal experience with them, a good and bad, so it can help them for how a negative and positive impact on that. Talk with your kid. Talking with them and spend a time with them, encouraging active learning. You can their friend circle and neighbor kids, you can give them activate a learning, help them to relax in a holidays and other things. You can help them to relax because of heavy burden of education. They can feel the relax. Be a good friend of your kid. If you are a good friend of your kids, then they are sharing the things with you. Now we see the one video which is from the TED, how overparenting spoil the kids' future. Okay, this is the 14-minute stop. I'm just give the brief introduction of this talk. Expert was talking about how overparenting spoiled our uh, future generation, or raise a successful kids in a how without overparenting, and be that over protective or over caring, it spoiled your child's future. Now, a helicopter parenting, a parents who is closely involved with their children's life and tries to control it too much, especially their child's education. Now do like that. You do like that, and mostly one thing was I tell that they are pretending like that if I am fail in my life, that you become a more and more successful. But they sometimes they are thrown their dreams to us, like we have our own dreams. A child, now he was in early age in a primary school or primary kids, they have thinking in their mind with the playing time in the most. But parents are uh, involve them in a more and more study atmosphere. My citation, and thank you.
Mayuri, my question is I agree to the point that a child should not be overburdened with the education, but in this competitive world, a child needs to be a multitasker, needs to be involved in co curriculum activities along with curriculum. So, what are your views on this?
Yes, you are right that in a multitasker or in this competitive world, they have to be in the race and if they are not fast, then they are lose their dreams. But if parents are heavily burdened on them that no, you should do that, but they have their own dreams, and extracurriculum activity also help them to build their characters and help to recognize their which way they can choose. Like they are in a interested in a gaming, video gaming, that this is the new future of nowadays generation. If they are involved on that, they make also future on that.
Mary, how do parents impact their child's life? How do parents impact their child's life?
I am giving the example of Sharmaji. It is the impact of child's life that you have to do like our neighbor's child have the 99%, then you have to do the 99%. And there are more and more that you study, like you love the arts, but your parents should be that you are the engineer, you have to be an engineer, that they are uh, heavily that you take the science, but you love the arts. This is the impact of the child's in primary school students, that they have more activate in the activities or playing time, but they have parents are force them to study.